Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining my session today. Today's session is titled Inquiry in an ICT Class, a Recipe for Success. At the beginning, I would like to give you a little overview over my experience. I've been teaching in different international schools in 4 different countries, and most of my teaching experience was in ICT. Before that, I was a math teacher. And I've been pursuing a STE certification lately. I have a master and bachelor degree. You can connect with me on my social media platforms, and I have my website and my email. I really encourage you to download the PDF of this presentation. It includes so many links that you can use. So in our session today, we are going to talk about the diverse ICT inquiry scenarios that I had with my experience that could probably inspire you as well. And we are going to look at using digital tools, what tools we can use, active versus passive screen time, adopting a game designer mindset, design thinking, and the education framework that was released recently, and a recipe for success. So at first, I would like to show you our first inquiry, which was into holograms. That was with grade 1 students. They were very happy to explore what holograms are. Our focus was on understanding holograms, how to animate a drawing, and how to make a video for a hologram. So we started our inquiry by drawing different characters. I made sure that the students draw a character and they designed it. After that, we used an application that is AI-based, which you can upload a picture or even a drawing, and then it will animate it. The kids went crazy about this one. And you could see in the picture that you can use different moves, different dances for your animated drawing. At the end, not at the end, but at the later stage, we used Canva to design the video, and the students started exploring how you can create a hologram video by duplicating your drawing different times and then rotating them and putting them around a square in the middle. So it was a nice experience for them to see the whole process from beginning to end. It was like an invention for us. Now, I want to say that hologram videos usually have a black background, but for us to remove the background for all the drawings, it was hard, or probably time-consuming, not hard. So we kept it white and it worked. And then we used a template. This template is for the hologram to create a visualizer for it. So you can download it from my website. This is the link for my website where I put all the resources for the students. So over here, you can go down and download the template and get some videos from here. And I collaborated with the arts teacher. She was really kind. So we took her session to cut out, use scissors and so on, and create different visualizers because we had a science fair coming up and we wanted the parents to see holograms and the videos that we created. And then the science fair came and the students started testing their work, and the parents were really impressed. Eventually, we sat and we reflected about our journey. We drew the pathway and where did we start until what did we end. It was a great experience for them. In the next inquiry, we are going to look at digital books, and this is using Book Creator. My students needed to explore what is Book Creator and how to use it. I wanted them to explore digital drawings, how to use stickers, text, and images. So it was the UN week, and we wanted to integrate with the UN week. So teaching in an international school, this is a great opportunity. So every student needed to design a book about themselves, their culture, their home country. And you could see there are different nationalities. We have Korea, we have Turkey, and so on. And the next one, this is a book by a student from Azerbaijan. She's showing the president some animals that they are using at Azerbaijan and the food. And another one, it's a student from India. And he used a lot of pictures to show his country and his culture. And it's really nice to see that from a student from grade 2. Imagine. So yeah, he showed so many places, the flag, everything, even the face emojis for his parents. At the end, you end up with a digital library with the students' work. It's a really great resource if you want to check it out. Book Creator is amazing. And the third inquiry, we used, this was an inquiry into operating systems and how computers function. So our focus was to explore how computers work and record. I wanted them to explore recording videos on Flipgrid. I wanted them to become more proficient at that. And I wanted them to research and to develop presentations using PowerPoint, online PowerPoint, and to design it as well. So we started from Flipgrid, which is now called Flip. And this helps you create conversations with the students, and they give it a value. They give the assignment a time and value because they are creating a video and decorating it and so on. It's a fun activity for them. So yeah, we discussed what makes a computer and so on. At a later stage, I prepared a full page on my website with resources that are multimodal. Multimodality is very important when you're preparing resources for your students because you have different learners with different learning styles. And to cater for all the learning styles, you need to include a video, something auditory, or probably include articles, include images, and so on. So what I did is to ask the students to choose one topic and to use the resources that I put for them to find information about it. So eventually, the students developed a PowerPoint presentation using online PowerPoint. They decorated them with their with the design ideas and so on. If we go over the process, we started with an application, then we did the resources page, which is also on my website, includes so many hyperlinks and so on. My website is always updating because I use it for my teaching practice. And we used PowerPoint, and then I spared 2 sessions just for presenting their work to their friends and hearing feedback. This is my most recent inquiry. I really love it because this is something evolving nowadays, generative AI tools, chatbots, and so on. So in grade 4, we wanted the students to explore AI scenes, different AI videos, pictures, how to track them, how to tell which one is fake, which one is not, explore different tools that we use for generative AI, and to interact with a chatbot and actually try to create one on Scratch later on as a part of taking action. So at first, I placed pictures for the students, and you could tell that this is on my website as well. So on the same page, if you press on it, it takes you to the link. The link is on my website too. This is a test for your knowledge, which one is real, which one is not. And then you click right here on Learn. It tells you how to find out what is the trick in this one, how to find out which one is real, which one is not. It's a great method to make a provocation for that unit or for that inquiry. In a second activity, I showed the students a video. and I wanted them to guess how many AI scenes are in this video. This idea, I was inspired by a course that I was taking on AI. It's a course by IBM and ST in collaboration together, and this was one of the activities in it. It was really inspiring for me. So imagine grade 4 students trying to guess these, and some of them did actually. And at a later stage, I created on my page again different AI generative tools for different areas. So you have the music, images, drawings, and text. So the students had to experiment within each and to test them and to make a resolution, to make a conclusion about what we're trying over here. And to interact with an AI chatbot, I had my students try out Poe.com because Poe.com is constantly updating with new chatbots that arise. And through this platform, you can interact with many AI chatbots, amongst them ChatGPT, which is the most recent one. It's a beta version, of course. But they get the idea from all of these chatbots and what they can do. To take action, we are still working on this project. We started a project to create a chatbot, but to control the conversation at the same time, because it's really hard to create an open chatbot, of course. So this is a controlled conversation. And they're exploring at the same time these kinds of blocks, which are the sensing and operators for input and output and combining sentences together. This is also one of my favorite inquiry. This is a 3D design that turned into 3D printing during a summer camp. I had a collection of students from grade 3 to grade 5. We wanted to explore 3D printing and where we find it in our life, to design in 3D, and then we found a possibility to print it too. So we figured out that we need to sketch first. We need to sketch. We decided to make a city and what to include in the city so that people can live. So we created a sketch, and the students decided to call it Beirut, Lebanon. And this is an example of one of the students' sketches. Then we went to 3D design. We designed different buildings. The students did, of course. You have a hospital over here and some random buildings. After that, I downloaded the projects and I started printing them. So you would find different examples. You've got the school, hospital, compound, towers, mall, cinema, and so on. Dubai Mall over here. Amazing work. Then we designed our land. So we did some arts over here, coloring and drawing and so on. Then they colored their houses and then we displayed them. It's a really fun journey for the students to see it happening from zero until the end. They did it all. This is their creation. So yeah, this is the process that I'm showing you. And that goes over weeks, of course. This is how the students gain experience. In this one, I really enjoy this activity because in this one, there are some applications that you don't need to go over them for weeks. You just need them to become proficient or to have a big idea about what is this application for. So in Google Maps, Google Earth, Measure App, and other applications, I create a scavenger hunt. So we explore in one session. The second session, they have a scavenger hunt. And this is how we become proficient, by practicing. So that's the purpose, using them more efficiently. And you could see examples of scavenger hunts. The students need to collect responses or name the places here. And then we collect points and we gamify it so that there are prizes for the winners, of course. This is my favorite one because this one, the students needed to go over the campus. The others, they just needed iPads or computers. But for this one, they needed to grab their iPads and go search for the item and measure it. Through this activity, they learned what is length, width, and height, three-dimensional measurements. And it was a really fun activity for them. So now we stop at thinking, how can we ensure that our lessons are productive? Always make sure that you're planning with the end in mind and to think about what is the product that you want to develop with the students, what are the skills that you want them to acquire, and always reflect on your practice as a teacher so that you make it better the other day. So another advice is to make use of the tools that allow the students to not only consume the technology, but also to create something. And by this, I mean compare Mathletics, which is a gamified application to practice math lessons, and Book Creator. Mathletics is a replacement of worksheets, let's say. It's gamified, it's online. But Book Creator creates books. This is content creation. We want the students to create something. And that's what we're trying to encourage in our teaching. And to prepare for that, you want to use some digital tools such as ThingLink. I used this as a choice board in my recent PD session with the teachers, but you can also use ThingLink for inquiry to prepare activities for your students. I will show you what ThingLink does. This is the page, so make sure to download my presentation because you have the links in them. So going back to ThingLink, this is the page, and you have over here buttons that you click on, and then the video shows, and then the link, and then you can have here a task on a Google Doc, for example. It's a very interactive presentation way, but at the same time, a good resource for inquiry. And that's what I did when the students were inquiring into AI technology and how it affects our lives. You can also embed it in your website. Sorry, I forgot to say that. I will take you back to the ThingLink right here. If I open it right now, you could see it interactive and so on, but this is on ThingLink. But if I take you to EdTech IP, my website, you would find it already embedded on my website over here, and you can interact with it. So if you are planning to not let the students to go out of your website, you can use it this way, and it would be more interactive and just right there for them. Now, I also wanted to remind you that if you haven't used Flip yet, which was Flipgrid before, you want to start using it. You want to create conversations in your class. So sign up through this link if you want. There are so many resources that you can find online, and I put some of them over here. So always when we're planning for ICT integration, and particularly when you have a BYOD policy and you want your students to use technology, but also to watch out for screen time, make sure that it's active screen time, not passive. Passive is like watching YouTube videos the whole time, or watching Netflix, or blah, 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 or social media platforms, or playing games. This is passive because it's not helping them create something, not helping them with their problem-solving skills. Active screen time is when you are doing activities that require problem solving, collaboration, inquiry, computing, and so many other things around. So when you're designing, and this is my suggestion, when you want to design your lessons, why not adopting a game designer mindset? Because you're going to take your children on a journey. So at first, focus on the player in your game, or empathize. This is in the design thinking process. This is empathy, which is thinking about who is going to undergo that activity. Is it going to be fun for them? So make it creative and innovative. System thinking, which means think about the elements in your activities. Do they match together? Do they work together? Is this too difficult on the students? So mechanism of this activity. The problem solving. Make sure that you have challenges in your activities so that your students would like to work harder to solve it. And that will keep them engaged, actually. Collaboration is essential. And of course, when you develop a full package, you're going to develop the attitude, which is the resilience and adaptability to the activity. Iterative design, which means that mistakes are allowed because we learn from them, and it is okay if we have errors at some point or problems at some point, we can problem solve. Design thinking, as I said before, the empathize is the first step in it. Using design thinking has helped me a lot in my teaching practice in game design, and I suggest that you also start using it. I put a reference over here for you. There's a video, and there are so many online courses that you can check them out.
Design thinking is a 5-step process.
I will skip the video. So I used design thinking with my students recently to develop their games, and it helped me differentiate. And you could see that the products that we had are so different codes, different problems in it, different ideas. It is a really great tool to start looking at. When we're designing for technology integration, when you're using technology, you want to always keep in mind some of the frameworks that we know, which are TPAC, and this is from PYP, the model for integration, teaching technology about it and through technology, and make a mix of them, or probably blending between technological knowledge, content knowledge, and pedagogical knowledge. The TPAC is the mix between them. So if you want to check them out more, you can check the links over here. And stopping by the most recently released taxonomy, the Education for Taxonomy, released by the World Economic Forum. This one highlights the set of skills and attitudes and knowledge that the students need to acquire to thrive in this world and the future world. So there's a link over here to look at the full document. I'm going to highlight over here the cognitive aspect, which is at the top of this taxonomy. Creativity, critical thinking, digital skills and programming, and problem solving. So reflect about your practice. Are your lessons designed in a way that they trigger those skills? This is how we want to think about it from now on. And this is the recipe that I mentioned in the title of this session. So I kind of combined different elements over 4 categories. So I put curiosity-driven projects or problem-based learning, and you have below it different points that you can keep in mind. So this is kind of a recipe for how to design an inquiry-based activity that is related to technology and to make it interesting and to promote curiosity and problem solving and critical thinking with the students. So yeah, have a look at it. The second one is scaffolding, collaboration, and reflection. And I insist again, make sure to download the PDF of my presentation. It will include all these elements and you can use them. Thank you for your time. I hope it was a beneficial session. And you can connect with me on social media platforms I have over here. And there's my website over here. I am currently working on reorganizing it. I've been using it for years, but still, if you go over it, you will find resources for educators and so on. And programming recently, I shared with my previous webinar about problem solving with mathematics. So there are worksheets, there are so many tools that you can use, not only in programming, but other things as well. At the end, you can find the links that you can connect with me to. So thank you so much for joining my session. Have a good day or have a good afternoon. I'm not sure what time is it.